Welcome to the Sold Too Early Sports Card Podcast, repacking shitty sports cards like they're Christmas gifts. That's Kai. I'm interested in losing money, and today we are very excited to welcome Jordan, Sv.Sportscards. I believe that is your Instagram. I'm sorry, they all sound the exact same. But Jordan, how the hell you doing, man?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on the show.
Dude, I appreciate you taking time out of your day. I'm happy that we can make schedules work. You are in Washington State. Kai is in Florida. I'm in New Jersey. So working on time zones and different schedules. We're recording on a different day as well. Listen, we really appreciate it. So thank you. How's everything going, man?
It's going really good. I mean, the holidays are always a great time for a card shop. Like Black Friday sales, you kill it with those.
So that's one of the reasons why we wanted to have you on is obviously you have a very fun personality. Like I've met you a couple times in person, always seem to like having your conversations. But the main reason why, and I think this is a good insight, is you actually own a shop. Like it is you. And I think there's a lot of interesting perspective that you provide in the sports card industry, in the sports card world, because what we've really have seen happen over the last month or so is more influx of unique individuals who have a different perspective. And I can't say how often that, you know, you're 21 or 22, I believe. Like you're super young.
24.
Oh, you're okay. A little bit younger than me. My bad. But like,
I bought it at 22 though.
There you go. So you at like such a young age were able to facilitate buying a shop and now have years of experience running it. So like, how did that happen? How did it start? And like, how has the journey been so far for you?
So I've actually gone to the shop. It's been my LCS since I was about 3 years old, and I've known the guy forever. And I mean, I've always collected cards. I collected with my dad. My dad collected with his dad. So when I was in college, I went to a small school in Spokane called Whitworth, and I was just a business major, but I was still doing cards on the side collecting, and then, you know, just buying, selling collections, that type of thing. And the owner had been talking to me about wanting to retire, and he didn't want someone that was just gonna, you know, buy the shop and then sell everything out from under it and just close it. And I was interested in actually keeping a card shop. So we worked a deal, and the time that he was ready to retire worked out with when I was graduating from Whitworth. So we just kind of set that date back when I was like 19. And then I bought it in April of 22.
It's crazy. Does he have like any involvement at all? Or like, it's really just truly like, hey, you have the keys. This is all yours.
Oh, yeah, it's all me. He's not involved. I mean, I still see him from time to time, but he's fully retired, and it's just me.
That's so cool. Good shit, wow. Man. How many employees do you have right now?
How many what?
Employees.
So it's just me right now. I have a buddy that I met at the Dallas card show that is a friend of a friend who does eBay listings. So I send out some bulk to him. He's in Wichita, and he'll list them on eBay and then send them back, and then I just make them go live to help my eBay store because I don't have time to list thousands of cards.
Not yet. That's why I asked. So the local card shop to me is Santiago, and I know that he has, I believe, like 1 or 2 dedicated employees to just his eBay store because dude, I would go fucking crazy. I could not imagine that. But it's incredible.
You go ahead.
I was going to say, it's absolutely incredible what you're doing right now and how you started. And really more just like projections on the future. Like how have you noticed that your sports card journey has kind of changed as you went from being a collector to actually being the one who is running the business?
So, I mean, I collect Hall of Fame football, so I've never been one that's collecting just all the things everyone else is. So, and I'm very picky about what I collect. You know, I do the Hall of Fame autos and the rookie cards of just football. So it's pretty good about keeping my collection away from what I'm selling because, you know, I can buy all the Tom Brady's, Justin Herbert's, Patrick Mahomes I could ever want and have no interest in keeping them. Mm-hmm. So, and I give myself more of a budget now on what I can spend on myself. So I don't buy a ton of PC unless it's something super rare that I need. And it's just constantly buying inventory that I know customers will want, which is a little bit of everything. The biggest thing about owning a shop compared to when it was just, you know, seeing Instagram and going to shows is you actually connect with the real collector, not just all the people that are just buying and flipping all the flavors of the month. Like you have guys come in like, hey, do you have any bears? You know what? Every bear that's not Justin Fields.
I wonder why. Right, do you have any questions before I jump into more? Because I feel like I've cut you off a little bit.
I was going to ask, do you Do you do more wax or singles or good split, or how's it kind of broken up?
So wax is definitely, as far as revenue goes, it's 75-80% of the revenue. But
Sick.
with the whole Fanatics takeover, they don't give margins like Panini did. So you have to kind of focus on singles a little bit more than you did before. And so I mean, it just focused on, reaching out, finding different ventures to buy and sell, and then start doing more eBay for your low end stuff and just getting more eyes on your cards to where you can sell more of that instead of just relying on, hey, when Flawless comes out, I'm going to make X dollars. That's perfect. Because when Definitive comes out, you don't make nearly as much.
I'm sure that MSRP on what you're paying for that versus, Prism or Optic or something where like a lot of packs, if it can be ripped, you can do pretty well. Do you have a direct allocation, or have you more been like secondhand getting? Oh, you do. Sick.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So like, you touched on it for a second there about how Fanatics a little bit different than Panini. In what way? Like, what have you noticed so far in not the short term that Fanatics has been involved, but like past year or so? Like, what have you noticed about it?
It's Fanatics, focuses a lot more on selling the product themselves online. So they allocate X amount to direct accounts, then to distributors that outlet their product as well. And then everything else they sell themselves online, which Panini started to do that a little bit more towards the end, but not quite as much. So once after that initial release, it dries up a lot faster than back during a Panini product where they just still had tons more to sell for rebuy that was a lot cheaper.
Got it. It's so fucking. This is such a weird time in this industry as a whole. Like, I really do wonder about like Fanatics taking over. I get worried about repacks that we're obviously going to talk about. I kind of poked fun at ArenaClub to start. We have a good discussion about that coming up. What the fuck, dude? What do you think this industry is going to look like in a year or two, or even longer? Like, you're obviously in it for the long haul. You own a shop. Yeah. What do you think is going to happen? Someone's at my door. Hang on. You can record. I'll be right back.
You can go for it if you want, or we can wait till he gets back.
Do you want me to answer the question?
Might as well wait till he gets back, I guess.
Gotcha.
I have a question. I don't know if we'll even put this in. I'm just curious. I know if you do the thing where you list singles on eBay, do you also put them out in shop or no?
Yeah. So I'll just mark them, because the low end stuff I have all just in the back because that's not nearly important and it's harder to track. But like a bigger card, you have $1,000 card on the shelf. Not a lot of people come in to buy $1,000 single. That's not a real thing. That's what the big card shows kind of give you this false sense of reality where everyone's walking around with 20 grand in cash, being like, oh yeah, let me buy this, this, and this. A shop single that's on the money is between like $25 and $150. That's what people are looking for. So when you have a big card like that, you also toss it on eBay, just at, you mark it up 20% from what you want for it, make it or best offer, and then it eventually sells. Just gets more eyes on it.
Have you ever accidentally double sold something?
I've never accidentally double sold, but I have had like an offer come in and go, I haven't had that card in like 3 months.
I've done both things accidentally. Even though my eBay account is, I think around 2015, I probably double sold items at least 2 or 3 times in 8 years, which is not bad, but like it is the absolute worst feeling. Like it's like, oh shit, I have to go find a new card, or I have to cancel this and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm a stupid ass. Thankfully, I've been able to either buy the card, take the loss, and just like ship him the thing and be like, hey, I'm sorry, I made a mistake, or reach out and be like, hey, I'm a dummy. Oops.
Dave, we waited for you to answer your question.
Oh, I appreciate that. Thank you.
If you want to say it again.
I don't remember what my question was. Something about what are your thoughts on the industry in the next year or two? I mean, obviously repacks are kind of the hot subject right now, and everyone's kind of freaking out about that. We're going to dunk on ArenaClub later. How do you see this industry going in next year or two with Fanatics taking over, people getting more financially ruined, and all just this crazy shit that's going on in our world?
I think you start to see a trend towards collecting again, as opposed to, hey, let me quit my job and flip cards. Because obviously we had the COVID boom. That bubble has long since burst, which everybody with the brain knew that was going to happen. And now you just have it to where cards actually reflect the economy and how players play. we don't have Desmond Ridder throws 3 touchdowns despite having 4 straight awful games. Oh, but he had a good game. We're going to pay for it like it's Tom Brady. People aren't doing that anymore. They're actually kind of collecting again, going, hey, I want cool cards. I've had a lot more people actually come in and ask about relic cards. I'm like, oh, is it game worn? Which before no one even cared about. So it's nice to actually see people start to thinking about what they're buying as opposed to, hey, what does Instagram tell me to buy?
Good. I mean, it's almost like people are getting smarter with their money. What a crazy statement. Dude, the COVID times in sports cards, for anyone who is not there to experience it, I think the best way to summarize it is the same example I always use. When the NBA bubble was happening, they were doing like scrimmage games. They either accounted for the regular season or they were just like, this was pre like the regular season returning. And Bol, who had done nothing up to that point in his career, came out to like 15 points or 20 points, and his base Prism cards spiked 500%. So if you lost money during the COVID time, get the fuck out of this industry. You don't belong here. But it is now, looking back on it, I mean, I wish it could happen again, only because foresight. But obviously that does not continue forever because so many people got crushed and people are leaving this industry and this hobby in droves. Dude, honestly, I would be completely okay if they never came back. Like I like to collect. I've shifted more to jerseys when I'm collecting like for myself. But financially you can still do well even in bad times. This is where the real money is made if you are an intelligent collector, a business owner, or somewhere in between.
Oh, absolutely. Your dollar goes so much further now.
Where it does not go further, though, and thank you for teaming me up, though, is ArenaClub. Dude, this is so fucking bad. For anyone who is not aware of what's happening with ArenaClub these days, they basically seem to be desperate and probably out of money or about to start losing money because they've recently announced basically a repack, which is so funny. We somehow missed this last week, Kai. I don't know if like the repack stuff started happening after we recorded or right before, and like we didn't like really catch on to it. But this is really, really bad. What
is it? Is it the digital packs everyone was like opening and promoting?
Yes.
Instagram?
So I have. Let me pull up the screen first.
They're getting like PSA 8s of like random cards, and they're going crazy.
Screen. I meant to share. I meant to share that screen. My bad. That's the first time I've done that in like 59
episodes. Are you buying one?
Oh no, I'm absolutely not going to buy. They're actually sold out, which is impressive. They have managed to sell these out.
I bought them.
Go for it.
I bought them all.
Oh yeah, thank you. We appreciate your sacrifice. You're now in financial ruin, and that's completely understandable.
Yep.
This is scary for a lot of different reasons. Before anyone says like, "Oh, Upper Deck has these," Upper Deck actually does have sealed product that you can digitally open on their website. The difference is, though, is they are not a grading service. The reason why this is such an issue, and number one, truthfully, is because ArenaClub says they are a grading service. They are assigning values arbitrarily. You can comp any card you want here, and they are basically comparing it to a PSA 10 or a PSA 9, BGS 9.5, anything like that. These cards do not sell like those reputable grading companies. That is the issue. When you are building a repack, and you are the one who has the grading company, you can arbitrarily assign a value. Take this Trevor Lawrence, for example. Let's say a PSA 9 of that does $60, $75. Oh, the ArenaClub 9? Well, we can call that 65. We're the best, so like whatever. And it's very interesting, guys, because I'm not sure how familiar you are with crypto and everything like that. FTX did something kind of similar because they were creating their own cryptocurrency and assigning value to it. And then they got in trouble. ArenaClub is kind of doing the same thing too, where they're assigning values arbitrarily to basically fucking trash. So it's really scary what we're about to see happen over the next couple of weeks or months here.
So are these listed by people that have pulled them, or are these listed by ArenaClub?
I believe this is listed by people who use their website, because also it's very interesting to me that we're on their homepage and more than half the cards here, actually probably like 3/4 of the cards here, are PSA slabs. They're not Arena Club, they are PSA. Like what?
Yeah, I don't get it at all. Are there PSA slabs in the packs, or is it just Arena Club slabs?
I believe the packs contained all different kinds of grading cards. Because if it was just Arena Club only, it would actually be a legitimate scam as opposed to kind of fishy business. You know what I mean? Oh, and speaking of this, which is funny and fishy business, Jordan and I were somewhat talking about this before. Did you guys see Pac-Man's video on how he opened a couple of these packs? And there clearly was listed as a reprinted Peyton Manning Topps Chrome rookie, I believe.
It was either Topps or Topps Chrome. It was the reprint, and they graded it as if it was real.
Yep. Basically, fucking stupid. And let's be real. I'm not the expert in trading cards. Kai, I imagine you're not either. Jordan, you as well. But if you're a grading company, you are held to a higher standard. And also, on the card, it fucking says reprint. You can take all the scans you want of cards. It literally says reprint on it. And I can prove that because we can go to Google and eBay. And also, for reference, the tab up on my screen right now, if you're watching, first off, I'm sorry. How dare you look my face? I apologize. These are the most expensive cards ever sold by Arena Club. And it's $1,400, which is most likely shilled. What did I want? Peyton Manning reprint Topps Chrome, I believe. I believe it was this card, right? Was it the Topps Chrome one?
Yeah. It was either Topps or Topps Chrome. They're going to look the same. Where on the back, it's literally going to say 2010 reprint. Good work.
Yeah, just really, really fucking hard to miss that one. This might be the wrong card, though, actually, because I do remember the card literally saying reprint on it. It might not be the Topps Chrome one, so I might be slightly wrong here, and I'm willing to call myself out there. But the card said reprint. It's really bad. I might have the screenshot on my phone because I believe South Park actually was the one who posted about it, so I want to just quickly see if I can find it. It was Topps Traffic. It was not Topps Chrome. Okay.
That's just
So I apologize. It was the wrong card. It was the wrong one, but I was right there. Let's see if I can pull up the one that literally says reprint on it. Topps Chrome. I believe this should be all Topps. It should say, yep, it just says reprint on it right there in fucking right ass lettering. Yeah, bad. Really, really bad.
So they slabbed it as a rookie, right? They didn't slab it correctly as the 2012 reprint, right?
They slabbed it as 98.
Man, that's brutal. That's like, if you get this card, that's the one thing you have to look for.
It's just like, you can have all the scans you want. You can have every card be it's not gonna tell me the grades on it. Hang on, let me find one that's rated like a 9. It tells you the centering's off here or whatever. Oh, this is 4951. Okay. All right, neat. You can tell me all the scans. You can't tell me it's a fucking reprint. What's wrong with you?
Not gonna lie though, that's kind of cool.
No, the entire website should shut down. This should be bought by someone. This proprietary information, however they're actually doing it, should be bought by a company. PSA, SGC, HGA, they're still around, BGS, whatever. This information should be bought. If they're not able to copy it because of copyrights or patents or whatever else, buy the company for only this. Nothing else. It's just so stupid. And I have information, not revealing from who or from what. I don't know how they were paid for affiliating with this video, if it was just the packs themselves or financial compensation and the packs. But some of the packs were so bad they didn't even bother showing it on video, according to my sources. So, oops. Dude, it's really, really scary. do we do from here?
Where
Like,
are
you
they
know what I
getting the
mean?
cards in the first place to grade? Do we know that? Or
What'd you say?
like where are they getting the cards in the first place to grade and then put it into repacks?
So there is an ability to submit cards. It's $10 to grade and vault the cards. It's free to grade to vault graded cards.
Well, I'm
Okay.
talking about the ones that they're keeping and putting in the packs.
They're likely
I
just
would-
buying them on eBay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
probably
think?
one of two things. It's either like, hey, if you're one of the top 10,000 people who have joined this website first, we're going to give you the opportunity to sell your cards to ArenaClub. We're going to start them in the packs, or they probably just bought it on eBay or had someone buy for them, or both. I mean, there's definitely ways to do it. $15 per card to grade is also just absurd because in reality, while the turnaround time is pretty good within 14 days, I will give them that. For $4 more, I'd rather just send my cards into bulk for PSA and wait and be patient because I know that when those do eventually come back graded, it's much better. Like, I'm not sending in my best cards to ArenaClub, and I'm not sending in my best cards to bulk for PSA. So therefore, pay a little bit more, get more down the line. $4 per card is not going to kill you. Just a scary time. And I mean, they're not the only ones promoting repacks either. Wasn't Seablaz talking shit about repacks and then immediately like created one like a couple days later?
They always do. They
Yeah, I
always
wouldn't be
do. I
surprised.
swear everyone's doing that.
Backyard Breaks is not even open product anymore. They just open their repacks. From what I saw, that was, I believe, either Sports Card Radio or Dan the Card Man was the one talking about that. I actually have started to consume more sports card related content. I generally was not someone who did because I didn't really care. And then after everything that happened with Rob, Sports Card Therapist, I've actually started to pay a little more attention to the hobby news, little hobby nuggets of insight. I'm sure they'll get me for something at some point. I'm pumping MPB cards. Obviously, I'm the big issue there. They're gonna make a whole exposing video about me. It's gonna be 16 hours long, and yeah, I'll get in trouble for that eventually. I'm sure of it. But
Do you guys think that the people buying repacks transitioned at all from actually buying normal boxes, or do you think it's all people just gambling on whatnot and other stuff?
ooh, good question.
Like, is anyone that used to rip actual boxes like transitioned to ripping repacks, or is it all just kids and degens just gambling basically?
What do you
Those are
think?
both the same thing.
Yeah,
The people ripping boxes are typically gamblers and degenerates too. So now the same people who were providing them their boxes are now promoting a repack, and since they've been, I swear everyone who breaks with Backyard Breaks is completely oblivious to the fact that everyone is posting about some sort of shady shit every other day. But they're like, oh no, they pull cool stuff. That's who I break with because they're always on the top of whatnot. Like, yeah, but okay. They're like, yeah, now they're posting these repacks and they're really cool. I saw some cool stuff in it. It's like, okay, whatever works for you.
Who am I to tell people what to do with their money? But what I will say is that if you are buying into questionable repacks, questionable individuals, you are confirming that their behavior is fine. I won't do business with people I don't personally like. And you know what? There are pretty notable accounts on Instagram that I will not do business with because I don't want them to continue. And you know, the only way to show that, you can make all the memes you want about Jeff Wilson. You can make all the shitty, shady Instagram posts about Roth cards if you don't like him, or Pac-Man if you don't like him, or anyone else. And that's fine. You can do whatever you want. But the only way to actually truly show they don't engage with someone is to not financially support them, whether it's their shows they're running, their cards they're posting, or anything like that. So people who buy into shitty repacks are very much condoning the behavior of shitty individuals. And you know what? That's just unfortunate. I don't know. I mean, when I think about where we go from here, like, Panini's gone. Panini fucking sucks. I've hated Panini for a long time. I'm kind of excited to see them leave. I don't think Fanatics is going to be that much better. the one thing that I wanted them to get rid of was redemptions, which it sounds like Michael Rubin is working really closely on getting done, which is impressive. I don't know what's going to happen from the shop perspective, which, Jordan, I'm sure you'll keep us informed as time goes on.
Yeah.
But I can see why repacks have value to people, because if you're going to spend $500 and you're going to open a box of cards that has 3 packs in it, 4 packs in it, and it's trash, and you open $50 worth of products, you know what? Maybe you are better off financially buying a repack where the floor is $275 allegedly, and the ceiling is $3,000 allegedly. But that's just, then you have to find out who's actually reputable and whether they. I mean, if they're including a checklist, quote unquote, do you really think that matters much in your opinions, guys, or no?
It only does if you see everything that gets opened.
Right?
And even provide a checklist of what you put in it. That still only matters if you trust who's doing it, which, how many of these people doing repacks do you trust? I mean, there's some people doing repacks that do a really good job. They're actually a quality product. Whereas, you spend $300 on it, the worst you're doing is $150. You spend $300 on a Panini box, usually you lose a lot more than $150.
Yeah.
It's usually worse.
Listen, the only repack, and this is not a sponsor, this is not me shilling, this is not anything like that. The only repack who I've seen the data, because I know him, was Lane. Lane, when he like building the repacks for Leighton, like their almanac, I saw the fucking data, and guess what? It was what they paid and like a 15 to 20% markup to cover shipping and insurance and other expenses. And it's like, oh wow, this is above board. Oh, that makes complete sense why this is happening. Oh, okay, cool. Like, and I was able to see the data myself, and that was interesting. I love when people are willing to be upfront and honest. And you know what? I guarantee you, no repacks would actually openly post that data.
Absolutely not.
No chance.
But what else? What else is going on in the hobby world that we need to talk about? What other shenanigans has happened in the last week that requires attention or mockery? I feel like if you're still supporting ArenaClub these days, or repacks in general, like...
Well, who did originally? I don't really think anyone did besides people that got paid to, but...
If I didn't have an Instagram account, I would have never heard of ArenaClub.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I mean...
I think I saw like one TV commercial one time on like maybe a baseball game or something, but besides that, I would not know who they are.
They had wait, what?
They do commercials. They definitely have commercials. I've seen one or two, but...
it's definitely not cheap to do those, but like...
Yeah. It's just because they have Derek Jeter involved, pretty much, I would guess, but...
Is he still involved?
He's on the website,
Probably.
so I was looking at that before, too.
Companies use fake sponsors all the time.
You could see Derek Jeter's collection, it looks like. Hang on.
Oh yeah,
man, I can buy...
collection for sure.
Hang on. I'm going to pull back up my screen. We're going to look at Derek Jeter's collection real quick. And then see how overpriced it is, maybe. Oh man, $1,500 for his Polish Obsidian patch auto PSA 9. Ooh,
why isn't it graded by ArenaClub?
Ooh, what a question.
Good fucking question. Let's see what else Jeter's got in here.
Couple that with the fact that it's probably like $100 card.
Yep, some Jeter like 97. Okay. You got a Dylan Carlson auto. Andy Pettit. Why are you selling your teammate, Jeter? Huh? You don't like Andy Pettit, I guess?
Wonder if he actually has any sort of, like, has ever touched this, or if it's someone doing it completely for him.
I 100% guarantee you he's never touched this.
I agree.
Like, oh, hey, he's got Gavin Sheets. All right, now I like Jeter again. All right, that's my guy. Fair enough.
Derek Jeter definitely graded a 22 Topps Chrome Silver pack Gavin Sheets.
Yes, 100%. You know what, Jeter? You and I are best buds again. Everything's okay. Keep on. Hey guys, make sure you go check out them repacks. But also make sure you check out my name in case you want to buy repacks. No big deal, of course. Reggie Jackson.
I wonder how hard they basically scam people into buying these because it says Derek Jeter's name at the top.
There's some dumb
They probably racking the money off this page.
There's some dumb Yankee fans out there who will buy a card because they think the Jeter actually own these or actually has ever touched these cards. I would be.
For sure.
Oh man, this is a good price. Fire emoji, fire emoji. Let's just check how good that price is. Real
What do
quick.
I was gonna say? What do LeBron 9s go for? I feel like that's not that crazy, is it?
Well, let's see. So this is their price tool.
That's a PSA 9 though.
I know. So I was going to tell you, I tried figuring out who owns Card Hedge. I've never heard of this company before today when I was like doing some research. So if you know who owns Card Hedge and it's Arena Club, which would be really fucking funny, leave a comment. Tell me if they do, because that'd be super fun. I like how hang on. Actually, real quick, this is funny. What do you notice about all these cards? And all these comps.
Why can't you filter Arena Club slabs?
Thank you. Thank you for getting to the question for me. Oh man, Newhart to Derek Jeter. Oh, so Jeter bought it. What?
Jeter did not buy that card.
They probably just went on his account and went through a bunch of people that had listings and just bought shit and then overpriced it.
There's probably just another guy named Derek Jeter.
And
it's actually Jeter Derek, but
I mean, if you were one of the first people to sign up for this platform, why would you not make your name Derek Jeter?
That'd be really fucking funny.
It's probably the first one to go.
It probably was. I guarantee you, whoever owns this Derek Jeter account is selling shit every day.
I'm just curious. Let's see if there's any Arena Club LeBron James out there. So for a Grand Glad BGS 9, 355. Oh, come on, Jeter. Where's your slab? Huh? Not on eBay, huh? That's weird. Oh man, I could buy a GMA 10 though, which might be real.
I would trust it just as much as an Arena Club slab.
I think you're right on there. Oh man. So there's not even. All right, let's try again. Let's try just Arena Club LeBron James. Oh well, we got 1, 2. Oh man, we got 13 cards of LeBron James that are graded with the Arena Club.
Notice how none of them are auctions.
They would go for like $2.
They might actually sell for less than raw. All right, let's just see sales. Oh man. 35 best offer accepted. Oh shit. Wow, 2 people bid on this one. That's crazy. That's weird. 10 people bid on this. Oh my god, that's a new best. I don't get it. I just don't. Oops, that's not what I want to show. I just don't get it with this company. Like, it's clear they're doing whatever they want. This is fucking worthless. Would you rather have a card raw or Arena Club 9? You have to sell it.
Raw, because I don't have to take the time to crack the slab.
Or explain what it is.
The only appeal of this, truthfully, is this. This is the only appeal. So I could see why someone would say Arena Club 9 because, I know that left to right is good, but top to bottom is okay. But also, I have eyes. I can see that if something is off-center or not. I wonder what it says for surface. Oh, there you go. All right, cool. Maybe it can catch some stuff that maybe you wouldn't see otherwise. But if that's a scratch, why did I get an 8.5?
That's a pretty long scratch for an 8.5.
Right? There is something to this tool. The grading report and why something grades the way it is, there's something to that. I would be very curious if someone who had more money than me took 100 graded Arena Club slabs, cracked them out, reported all the grades, sent a PSA. Right back their grades there. Crack them out again, send a BGS. Crack them out again, SGC. Direct correlation, maybe even 10. Maybe that's worth considering. Hey, Raid Shadow Legends or the other company that not the Beats, whatever company RJ has.
Raycon.
Thank you. Yeah, maybe hey Raycon. Hey Hey, any food company, hey Spotify, hey any company out there who wants to gamble and do something stupid, give me some money. I'll go do that with it. Uh, it's just like just dumb, just so bad. I'm not feeling good about this. I would like to see this episode in a year if ArenaClub still exists. Because did you guys ever use Star Stocks or know anything about it?
I heard of it. I never used it though.
You know they went bankrupt and everyone got fucked out of their money.
Not surprised.
Like these companies just don't give a fuck, and they will rob you blind, and then they'll close up shop. Starstock website still exists, but the last time I posted on Instagram, for instance, I'm just checking real quick. Holy shit, they posted a day ago. Wait, what? You're still here? This company's still around? You want to buy some repacks? I'm genuinely surprised. I thought they shut down.
What's
Cool.
that new Chinese app? What's that new Chinese app that everyone's shopping on and not getting their product? Like Temu?
Oh, so I posted about that yesterday, which is funny. So
I'm gonna
that's
start
not.
selling the repack there.
So I made fun of them comparing them to ArenaClub because Temu is a company that was not started last year, but it has a Super Bowl commercial. It's basically trying to be drop shipping or connecting you directly with like Chinese shops, and like rather than go to Amazon and buy them, you buy them through Temu directly. But it's all shit. It's not real. You're not getting your packages. And there may be a connection to the CCP, which is always fun with those websites. So, thumbs up. Totally recommend it. Please don't buy anything from Temu, obviously.
Except my repacks.
Except for Jordan's repacks, yes. So when can we expect that repack to drop? Right now? 5 minutes from now? Like, do you want to buy some ArenaClub slabs for it?
Yeah, I already did. That's why I bought all their repacks. I'm just gonna up what I spent on ArenaClub's repacks by 20% and then not ship them to anybody.
You're right. How would you like to work? When can you start? What I did want to show, I wanted to show the tiers. Unfortunately, at the time of recording, it looks like everything is sold out, which is that's the scariest part of all of this. But they had tiers, and they had chase packs, and they had like the odds of hitting stuff, which is good. You're gamifying something, but at least you're showing the odds of it. Unfortunately, I can't show you what the chase cards were, but I imagine there were a lot more Justin Jefferson draft contenders or draft pick prism cards in the ArenaClub 8s and 9s than cards you'd actually want to own, or much less be able to sell. So,
right. And when the packs that they sent out as promotion were as bad as they were, what can we expect out of the ones they actually sold?
Yeah,
there's no way it's better.
I can't speak to that. The only thing I can speak to is secondhand conversations about these packs were so bad I did not even want to show them. That's the only thing I can say about that. I don't know anyone signed an NDA. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say that, but hey, it's information. We're a podcast. We're dunking on people. Not. Let me make this clear too. If you took the money from ArenaClub, I have no problem with that whatsoever. Honest to God, I really truly don't. I have more of the problem with the company reaching out to individuals who would take the money and did and then ran with it, but also just make a fucking better product then. Like, I would never want to be sponsored by something, although I was making a joke about it before, unless I truly believed it. Like, if Carlotta Kai ever came up to us and said, hey, sponsor us, I would just die of laughter. Like, hell yeah, dude. Like, your shit's great. Yeah. I'll take that. I'll take your money for free. Like, nice. I've already talked well about you.
Sure.
I don't think anyone has ever talked well about ArenaClub who was not on the payroll.
No. Not that I know of. I mean, outside of like Card Ladder, I don't really know what else is even really that friendly to us, like that we would want to actually deal with. I can't think of any other company.
Alt is friendly with us because of Matt and Kalshik.
There's just not a lot of like, because they're all so large. Like it's like eBay, the card companies, and then you have like Card Ladder, ArenaClub, Alt, the auction houses. I mean, I don't know. It's just I don't know.
What I can say, Alt is friends with us, which is super nice. They actually reached out to us and did that podcast, which was awesome. Veriswap has reached out twice, and I've not been interested in doing an episode because I'm more critical about their service. Although, from what I've heard, their service seems to have gotten better. They cut fees, which is nice. I did give it a shot. Was not a fan, but that's my opinion. You could take it or leave it. That's perfectly fine. Ryan's Discord server, it's fine. I like it. I think it's worth having. I think it's a tool. I don't know Ryan super well. I don't think he'd ever want to do a podcast, but fuck it. Hey, if he ever wanted to, I would absolutely love to. It'd be amazing. Get a ton of views. I don't know. We have good relationships with a lot of these individuals. I mean, obviously Jordan's been on, which thank you, Jordan, for coming on today, and we're obviously still having this conversation. Jay was on, Lane was on. I want to have interesting people tell interesting stories and dunk on those who scam and do shitty things. But I don't really know. It's just like I would love to have those conversations with an eBay rep, a Fanatics rep would be interesting. Kai, I know I mentioned this to you, but Jordan, hey, we're actually having on someone who used to work at PSA in a couple weeks.
Really?
That'd be an interesting conversation. Yeah. He was not a grader, but he worked in the authentication process for memorabilia. And that'll be fun. And that'll be a fun chat because those guys are really hard to find. And he just so happens to be local to me, which will be cool.
Right, he doesn't work there anymore, so we can actually say word.
I've heard some things, and that'll be a good conversation. But Jordan, anything else that you want to talk about? Anything fun? Do you want to go through some Google reviews? Go for it.
This is just brief, but as a card shop, do you guys grade anything you get, or do you kind of just sell it as is most of the time?
I don't grade a ton unless it's something bigger, or a Brady rookie, old vintage rookies, stuff that needs to be authenticated. Yeah. Outside of that, I don't do a ton. I submit for a lot of people where they just, because, provide the service. I don't upcharge it at all, just to make it a convenience thing. And, it builds my PSA account. I spend more money with them, build a better relationship with them that way. But if someone has a bulk order and, they're at 18, 19, like, oh, I got a couple first Bowmans I'll toss in too. But other than that, I don't grade a ton for myself.
I think I asked you this question already, so just bear with me. What's your favorite part of owning a card shop?
I mean, I spend all day talking about cards. It's always been a hobby of mine, so I basically just monetize my hobby. I don't work.
Good. What a perfect answer.
It's the best way to look at it.
I know. What a fun, easy way. Jordan, anything else you want to talk about? You want to go through some Google reviews about stupid individuals who...
oh my God. That guy.
Kai.
Do you follow me, Kai?
I feel like I probably do.
Because I don't know if you saw the story. Oh, that was rough.
Is it up right now or no?
No, it was up.
It was a couple days ago.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up some Google reviews. So, Jordan you have a pretty robust Google account, which is great. 121 reviews, 4.6 stars. I'm trying to pull it out so I can only just look at that, but I don't know if it's going to let me. Anyway, I'm just going to share my screen and we'll go through this. You've had some fun individuals. I don't know what's in the water out there, but Jordan's getting accused of being a racist for not buying something, which is just really fucking funny. So, apologies if you're looking at the left-hand side, look at the right-hand side of the screen. Let me find the review. It was from our friend Jose. I came in to see if they would possibly be interested in a signed helmet and certificate. Was told they wouldn't be interested in memorabilia. Isn't that what the store is? Not to mention all the signed football helmets on every wall in the place. Has me feeling I got turned away due to my skin color. So that being said, don't waste your time here. And if you're not white and or look like you have no money. So just obviously this is a deranged comment. Really fucking funny for a whole different variety of reasons. Jordan, just give some context. What the fuck happened here, dude?
So I get calls all the time about people wanting to bring in this, that, or the other. Usually it's their 90 score Bo Jackson, but or random memorabilia authenticated by Joe's Card Shop in 1993. But yeah,
Perfect.
it is what it is, right? The great stuff. They're all forged. Maybe it was by Ken Golden back when he was doing authenticating all the fake stuff too. You never know. But anyways, guy comes in. He never called me. Just came in, and he was really awkward about it. I also checked my Ring camera off afterwards, and he smoked a cigarette on the doorstep before walking in, which is great because that's also illegal to smoke within 25 feet of a business entrance. So fuck him. But he came in and asked if I was interested in a 2006 team-signed Notre Dame helmet. Who am I going to sell that to?
So that'd be
So I
what,
was
like Brady Quinn. Oh God, Michael Floyd.
Darius Walker.
Did you
What's
say Michael
funny-
Floyd?
No, yeah, it's too early. 2006.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think Darius Walker was on that team. Flame out tight end. It was not a great roster. And regardless, I don't buy a whole lot of memorabilia anyways, just because it is super hard to sell. It just kind of sits. And he asked me about it. I go, no, it's not really something I'm interested in. And I was like, the other card shop, there's one more in Spokane. He does more memorabilia than I do. So I was like, hey, go check them out. They might be interested. It was a quick, pleasant transaction, like in and out.
Yep.
20 minutes later, my phone pings with that. And I'm like, are you kidding me? I don't know how we jumped to racist there.
Bad person. How dare you not buy this? Although it had Jeff Samardzija. Cool.
Wait,
funny.
pitcher?
Yeah, he was a very good wide receiver, and then he decided to pitch
I didn't
instead.
know that.
Yeah, fun fact.
Yeah.
He won the Max. Oh, he was on the watch list for the Maxwell, which is cool. What is funny though is I probably know someone who would have bought that helmet had it been real. My friend Joe would have bought it. Joey, whatever he wants to go by.
Well, he can hit up Jose.
I think we're good. I don't think he deserves the money.
His review account is private. Go figure.
What a surprise.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Right? I was curious what other great reviews he leaves for people. How many other racist businesses we have in Spokane?
So I did check this. I was curious. I used to work for a mental health hospital. That we did their marketing, which is fucking that's a statement and a half right there. It is like 5 hours away from you. I was gonna say if it was closer, he should get committed, but I don't think it's worth a 4 or 5 hour drive. I have no idea where anything in Washington State is, obviously, but it was a fun thing to look at. I definitely was curious, but I don't think he escaped or should be committed there. I'm sure there's resources available a lot closer. So, oh well, it happens. You seem they're on a tight ship. Are there any other like weird interactions like that, or like was that just kind of like a one-time thing?
It is not a one-time thing at all. The amount of just interesting things you get is just wild. I mean, I know you follow me for a minute, so you've seen a lot. I always post it on my story when something happens that I can actually show.
Yep.
Like we've had a few people try to steal, and I'll just crop the video and only show parts of it.
Yep.
Because I don't allow people to steal.
Good.
Yeah. But God, there was one not too recently. It was pretty recent. Lady came in asking if I buy cards. I was like, yeah. She goes, and just handed me a few cards from her purse. Not that I was interested. It was just B-Tel cards. She goes, well, I have way more. So can you come look at them? I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, let's go right now. I was like, I'm not leaving to come look at your cards. That's not how this works. If you want me to look, bring them back. Probably an hour and a half later, she walks in. There's a customer buying a Pokemon box. As soon as she leaves, she looks at me and has like a Trader Joe's bag, dumps it on the ground, just dumps all the cards on my ground. And I looked at her, I was like, maybe we don't do that. And she just sits down and goes, well, we have to look at them and start sorting them on the ground. Just sits down. I was like, I'm not going to get on the ground and look at the cards with you. That's not what I'm doing. Starts getting mad at me because I'm not interested in her cards. I'm like, no, this is not how this works. So she picks them up, yells at me, and leaves.
I'm glad I don't own a card store.
So before I owned the card shop, my dad owns a gas station, so I just worked for him while I was going to college.
Yep.
Working at a gas station, you deal with a lot of crazy people. So I'm used to, there's not a whole lot you can throw at me that I'm not going to have something to say about it. when this interaction happened with that lady, I had no words. I just stood there in silence. I was completely shocked. It felt like a fever dream.
Was this like this had to be like what, 65, 75-year-old woman, or was she like 30?
She was probably early 30s, late 20s.
Wow.
Okay, sure. Wow. Dude, I mean, yeah, I don't have the people skills anymore to order shop, nor do I want to. So I will give you all the credit and deal with all the crazies. That please just do that. Make sure you don't have a location next to a mental health hospital. If you do, maybe just let them buy all the junk. Good. All right, cool. Anything else, Jordan or Kai? I don't think we can top that. It's pretty fucking fun. I gotta say. I wish I was there for that. I will say, I wish I was a customer.
Right. That's why I love the cameras in the shop, because I can always just go back and watch it.
Someone needs to make an Instagram with like security footage of all this crazy shit that happens at the card shops.
Right?
I mean, I watch it. You have to like actually. The issue with card shops generally is they're obviously older individuals who like just don't know any better. I feel like you, and especially like Santiago too, are just like these rare breed of like younger individuals who have this ability and hustle to first off own the shop, and secondly like be good with technology, which is also just like super rare. So it would just be you two posting content.
The only shops that don't use Beckett for pricing.
Hey man, listen, there could have been a couple dollar cards in there, but you didn't fucking sit on the ground. You're such a hater, bro. And on that note, Jordan, thank you so much for joining. If you're ever in Spokane, Washington, please go check out his shop, Spokane Valley Sportscards. I'm going to leave your Instagram in the description. You don't have a website I can link to either, right?
Not yet. I'm working on that one.
Okay, cool. So at some point in time, we'll have you back on. We'll talk about your website, talk about all that fun stuff. I can help you with that too, because I work in SEO. But everyone, please make sure you go follow Jordan. If you're not, thank you so much for joining. This was awesome, and you'll be back on whenever you want to, because these are just fun conversations, and I'm sure we'll have more security footage or accusations of racism that we can fall back on as needed.
Oh,
So,
absolutely. Yeah, thank you guys for having me on.
Of course. All right, tune in next week, guys. We have some more exciting guests coming for you. Peace.
See you.